Hello, my War Thunder enthusiasts, Dirty Bunny here, and welcome back. This time I'll be bringing you the LA-15 in stock format. And yes, I'm still using my webcam as a microphone, and it's probably gonna stay like that until the summer, probably. But oh well, I hope you don't kill yourselves by then from my voice. I have picked this particular gameplay because it shows exactly what you're gonna face in the LA-15. Even with the 7.7 battle rating, because that means you're gonna face enemies from the 6.7 up to the 8.7, and since the battle rating of the F-25 Sabres has been reduced to the 8.3, you're gonna be facing Sabres even more. And this is exactly what I was facing in this match. And the overall performance of the aircraft is not bad. I mean, it does compress a lot on high speed, but it's manageable compared to the other jets because you cannot break your wings in positive nor negative Gs, similar to the MiG-9. It's actually pretty similar to the MiG-9, but has more control and maneuverability. The general tips on how would you approach this aircraft is that you stay on high altitude, which means as you see in this video, I'm climbing off to south until I reach around 4,000 meters or so, because it's the optimal altitude for this point. And for that moment, I'm just gonna sit above the enemies and wait for an opportunity to strike, because even though this plane is fast and has a good energy retention, it's still more of a support plane than a plane that can go head-on combat, especially when you're getting up the earth against Sabres. The other enemies you will be facing are the F-2H and the Sea-Meteor, of course, which also got up tier to 7.3, so you'll be seeing that thing a lot more now. Delivery truck, yeah. What else? The F-80s you'll be seeing less, probably, because there's more and more Sabres in the queue at the moment, abusing the new battle rating. And then on the German side, you'll be seeing a lot of 262s, and finally you won't be facing the CLs nor the F2s anymore, so that's a good thing. And the 262s don't cause a lot of problems, even if they are fully upgraded, because it's a 262. What else? When you're gonna fight Sabres, you're probably gonna be the most confident at high altitude, because the Sabre does not perform well and doesn't accelerate well at high altitude, even though the stat cards say that it performs well on like 4,000 meters, which is not historically accurate, nor is it like that in the gameplay itself. So, as in any lower performing plane, as the LA-15, similar to the MiG-9, you'll be mostly trying to make the Sabres turn fight and trying to force them to overshoot. But there's the one issue that the LA-15 has, and that is that it has really weak air brakes, which are not really reliable when it comes to overshooting. And that means that you're going to be probably having to lower your throttle to make them overshoot, which can be really dangerous if you are facing multiple enemies. So you will be a lot more safer just sticking to 3,000 to 4,000 meters and waiting for an opportunity to help someone, or to catch an enemy who is not aware of your presence. We're finally okay, and now back to the gameplay. We have finally reached our desired altitude, and I can see a F-86 on my altitude in the background, fighting a MiG-15. And I'm gonna try to cut him off. This right here is a very good position where you are at the moment, where I am at the moment, because he's probably at around 6,000 to 7,000 kilometers. Yeah, 600 to 700 kilometers an hour, and he takes a lot of time to accelerate. So he's gonna be forced to pull up or pull down or do other maneuvers, and not being able to run away. And as you can see, the compression really starts to kick in around 700 kilometers an hour. And my plane started to redline, so I'm gonna pull straight up. And since this thing has a decent energy retention, I'm gonna pull as far away as I can while zoom climbing, and wait for another opportunity to strike. I see the F9F has also joined the party. He's straight below me. I'm pretty sure he cannot follow me this all the way up. And if he does, I'm gonna pull him into a vertical and make him stall out. Okay, he's given up on the chase, and I'm gonna turn straight back into him, so I can lock into his tail. But he gets shot down by the other MiG-15 in a head-on. So does the MiG. As you see, I'm still trying to stick to 3,000 meters. This thing does overheat when you're using the additional 12% of throttle, but not as much as you would expect, so you can actually use it quite a lot. While I'm just trying to find the other enemies. I'm guessing that the MiG-15s on the right side are fighting something, because I see one of them got critted. I'm going straight to the MiG-15 in front of me, and I can see the F-86A5. Now I'm gonna pull all the way up, so I can either bait him into trying to come after me, or that I can get in a better position once he passes below me, so I can catch him easily. And he decides to pull after me, which is a really big mistake. Now I'm just trying to make him stall out, but he's turning off. I'm going to go back straight into his tail, using the flaps. Don't use the flaps above 550 kilometers an hour. They will instantly break off without warning. And I'm going to use my full throttle and just try to catch him. He's on really low speed, critical to the tail, to the wing, and he's stalling out. Well, I mean flat spinning. I do notice this problem with the Sabre, that it can flat spin when he's pulling up and then tries to force himself down. So I'm pretty sure he would flat spin even without my critical damage. Unfortunately, the MiG takes the kill. Not sure why. Now I'm just gonna check who am I even dealing with. Even though later in the game he turns out to be a pretty useful ally, so I'm not gonna judge him for that kill steal. Okay, now I'm going straight to the other MiG to try to help him. And I can see the F-25 Sabre and the F-9F. The F-25 refuses to do a head-on, so I switch straight to the F-9F, do a short burst and immediately disengage. I'm going to turn straight back into him. See, the compression really does affect this plane a lot, but nothing too worrying about. The F9, I'm not gonna try to pull after the F-25 because the F-9F is turning as well. I'll try to catch him. And at this point I was just trying to see if I can actually out-turn an F-9F, and I'm still not sure if I can actually do it, or was he just a bad pilot that turned fighting. Because while I was fighting this guy, I wasn't sure if he was just completely not sure what to do, or was he just not able to do anything. And for some reason I was also out-accelerating him. Not sure was he damaged, or does the LA-15 actually out-accelerate the F-9F. I'm just trying to pull on his tail over and over again. I'm not sure how much the boosters will help on this point, nor do you even need them, probably, because without boosters you have a pretty nice energy retention. I'll pull back into him once again, and I see that he's trying to lock into the other MiG to do a head-on, and I seize the opportunity to strike him from the back. I can just try to snap it on the Sabre, barely miss. And at this moment, this is what you're gonna experience most of the times, and that is feeling completely helpless in this situation, because you cannot follow the MiG to help him, nor can you catch the Saber, so you're just sitting in the back waiting for them to do something. And then I realized that I'm gonna have to climb to the side and then try to surprise the Saber coming from the top. At this point, I'm just watching the show. And then I decided to start to climb 15 degrees to the north and waiting for them to get to some lower altitude. We're reaching 2,500 meters again. I'm going to turn back straight into them. As you see, this is a pretty similar situation to the one I had with the A5, where the A5 was dogfighting the MiG, and I was just trying to catch him off guard. And this is going to be exactly the same situation again. Unfortunately, this guy was Russian, and I'm not sure if he even understood what I was trying to say to him. But he still did a pretty good job at distracting the Saber and pushing him down to the low altitude, making her fight and so on. And for some reason he decided to land. He was probably way too damaged to continue to fight. And this is exactly what I needed to kill the Saber. Now the Saber is desperately trying to kill the MiG, who's trying to land. The Saber is pulling up. You see the MiG is just barely flying. I'm gonna reduce the throttle, cut with the air brakes. And a great hit of the left flat, which was apparently enough to make him die. That's it. So the overall conclusion is this is pretty much a support plane at this tier. At lower tiers, like against the F-80s and the Sea-Meteors, you're just probably gonna be careful about not turn fighting too much. But against Sabers, you're just gonna have to wait for these kinds of situations. And that's it. 2 kills, 1 assist. A pretty decent match for a high tier. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.